Hi YouTube, this is Darkon633 and today I'm bringing you of the Power Rangers Dino Cycle with the Red Ranger figure. Now, normally I don't get the bikes unlike the from Megaforce, should I say, but since I know the other bikes released in the Toylands in the last couple years don't have any purpose in the show since they're not there, and have no purpose to me since some of them just look plain out ugly, and I don't really need all that extra stuff that's not featured prominently in the show or at all. Now, as for this cycle, this actually will be shown on the show since it's based on Deinochaser from Junis the Kyryuger. Now, Bandai of America's did an okay job representing the bike. The bike alone in this mode looks pretty good, actually. It's pretty close to the bike itself, with obviously some major design changes since they actually removed the entire battery gimmick inside. Since the Japanese release, they actually closed their mouths over a battery, so this one they just kind of attached via Zord Builder peg. But overall, the bike itself looks really nice, with obviously a lot of paint details missing, but that is kind of expected of Bandai America at this point. Now, here you show us a picture of Dino and Chaser, or whatever they're going to call these Zords. I'm not quite sure what they're going to call them in America, but anyways, we got a nice, cool design look of the Dinochaser Red riding the Dino Cycle. Obviously, the usual promotion on the app. And you can combine this with the Megazord, which I don't see a purpose of doing since it's never going to do that anyway. And could show that it's going to come apart as two dinosaurs, just like on the Japanese release. And the other two bikes are just repaints, which I will not be getting. Now, looking at the bike itself, let's take the figure off. It's a really nice representation of the bike in its entirety. I see most of the details kind of there, with some paint missing, obviously, on the eyes here and so on. But overall, I'm really okay, actually, with this Zord. I'm actually a little bit more impressed with it in hand from the initial photos, just because it wasn't that accurate. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this up, but it's not too bad. Now, the figure, I'm actually kind of surprised about, because unlike the previous years where the bike figures, or just the figures, random base figures that they come with, was kind of just junkers. They don't do anything. Maybe they just have a little points of articulation, but that's about it. But this figure is actually half not bad, because his arms can actually turn around that much. Obviously, due to the shoulder armor, he can't go much further. But the other one can go 360. Can bend at the elbow, but obviously these are stuck in the biker position, so it's kind of distracting, but the whole purpose of them is just being a stand-in for driving. It's cool since it will be compatible with the 5-inch line, so that's nice to see. He has no waist articulation, but his legs can go up and down and bend at the knees, so it's not bad actual articulation. His head's just fixed in one position, so in terms of bike figures, or just the base figures that some of the toys come with, I'm actually kind of impressed with that we actually got a, in quotations, somewhat decent figure for once. Let's pull out to the side. Now, for, obviously, this Zord can split, and now becomes his two forms. Yeah, this is where it kind of hurts it for me. I'm not too sure how Deinochaser activates since I never had a Deinochaser, but if I remember correctly, this piece actually would turn around so that these would actually be his hands. Now, because of that, his hands actually end up becoming his feet, so it's kind of an odd kind of chicken-like design, especially with the handle sticking on there, but it's not too bad for what they had in mind here. Obviously, neither of these Zords have any points of articulation, but at least we got some representation of there, since they're technically Zords per se in the show. So, as terms of a toy, it's not too bad, so it's pretty cool. As you can see here, we got a Zord Builder peg there on both sides here and there. And obviously here we got another Zord Builder part which connects to the bike itself, and another one here for connection. Now, to transform this guy back, all you need to do is just make sure that this piece slides into a slot there, and then pegs over up top. And there you have him back in his bike mode. Overall, it's a pretty decent toy. I like it for what it is, except obviously it could have been a little bit more accurate, especially since we've seen all the other Zords and so on. It's kind of a letdown that he kind of got the boot, per se, compared to the other Zords. But it's cool for what it is, and for the $14.99 price, you can't really go too wrong since it does come with a figure. It'd be nice for the kids since it does come with a figure of the character, which isn't out in stores yet, so since this is rather okay articulated, it could be an okay stand-in since it is, I guess, an okay base figure to just play around with, especially for kids. As terms of a collector, though, it's kind of 50-50. If you really like Deinochaser and you cannot afford the Japanese run due to the really high prices he's kind of asking for in the secondary market, then I guess this is like okay to pick up. Otherwise, it's an easy skip. Anyways, please check out Hirotaku and the associate podcasts for WRW, Hero Talk and Hero News, which are on Rajio and Nihon. And please comment and subscribe, and I'll see you YouTube. Bye.